Welcome to the Wolf's Den,
the podcast where passion,
hustle,
and collectibles
collide. We spotlight the leaders and innovators of the hobby, women entrepreneurs, female athletes, breaking barriers in sports, business, and collectibles space.
From rare finds to business insights, we bring you personal stories of perseverance, growth, and what's trending in today's industry. Whether you're a new collector or returning to the hobby or a leader forging their own path,
this is the Den, where the hustle never stops. Welcome everyone for a special episode. So we're here at Bleecker Trading. I'm Sharon from Black Jaded Wolf and the host of the Wolf's Den. And this is like a special guest for me because he's a good friend of mine. We talked a lot, had some dinner, talked about how he got started, but instead of me talking, I just want to throw it at him and he could introduce himself.
Yeah, all right. Well, indeed, I am a friend of Sharon's, and my name is Andy Friedman, and I've had the great fortune of striking up an amazing partnership with Topps to turn my paintings of baseball cards into actual baseball cards, and more recently. Topps has actually begun to issue the actual paintings, which are painted the same size as the cards, and those are found as one-of-one case hits in collector's boxes, and it's sort of upending the whole kind of world of one-of-ones, or at least adding a new one-of-one, which in fact is the oldest one-of-one out there, which is a painting.
And just curiosity, people are like, you started this when you were young, right? Drawing them in the book or something?
Two of the cards in my second set, which came out in 2022, I drew when I was 12. That would be the Alan Trammell base card and the Thurman Munson base card. Those originals were drawn on front and back of an index card with magic markers after soccer practice, and they're actually in this case today.
Wow, nice. So what did you do before you got back into doing this? Because I know you have a great story.
I mean, I've been doing this really since then, since I'm actually not 12, 11. Sorry, I exaggerate. Actually 11. When I was at the Rhode Island School of Design as a painting major, I was, I think, confounding my professors and classmates by for painting huge oil on canvas baseball cards. It was always something I did, on the side for fun, all through my life. But I think as an artist, when you're doing something on the side for fun, that's sort of really what you should be doing. So really, I never stopped painting and drawing baseball cards, but it wasn't until 2021 when, they started becoming actual cards. As far as my story goes, for 20 years, I drew celebrities for magazines and newspapers. Thousands of published illustrations during that time. Started at the New Yorker. I was 23 years old when I was hired in the office. I was an office assistant, pushing around the mail cart, running errands, doing that kind of stuff. Then I became the assistant to the cartoon editor. Then I started slipping my own cartoons in the batches and selling cartoons, publishing my cartoons in the New Yorker, and also, they gave me a chance to draw for them all around the same time. So I did that. I worked in that office for 4 years, and then I left to start my life as an artist, which began I was a slideshow poet. So my paintings and drawings at the time, these were not baseball card paintings, but I would travel around the country with a slide projector and rock clubs, museum theaters, college cafes, doing that, where I'd sort of offer spoken word lyrics to the images that would be on the screen. And at the merch table would be a little book, it fits in your pocket, like the old Beat Poet books from City Lights. And it would be not a catalog, but, kind of pictures and poems and sort of liner notes that allow the reader to kind of. So I've always championed using printed matter to reach the mainstream where they sit. So this fits right in with kind of that fascination of the paint art, you know. So and then I became a musician shortly after that. And
Still doing that?
Yeah.
See, you have
So,
some
well,
tickets here.
yeah, I took 15 years off, but I just started again, and that's been a lot of fun. And so yeah, so now for the concerts, the venues are issuing physical limited edition tickets, which is a fun thing to offer collectors and concert goers. Sort of ties everything together. So that's the story in a nutshell.
No, that's great, and I've been.
I'm sure you've heard that a million times.
No, that's good. It's fresh every time. So, but I've been supporting you, and I love your art. I fell in love like a few years ago after, and I kind of supported you in some of those. I would like to have told him before to own some of his one-of-one pieces, and I got lucky. This is a perfect. I don't have the real one-of-one pieces here, but so this is the PSA sample.
You have the real original in a PSA slab, just not with you, but you
so I have it at home, and Andy gifted me this piece, magazine signed.
Yeah.
And to match with it.
Yeah, that was
now
fun.
I got to put it in a frame together.
Awesome. Yeah, and you have the original illustration I did of Drake for Rolling Stone, right? For his second record.
Already too, yeah.
Amazing, yeah.
So I kept that. I don't like to put them in the light, so I kind of keep it away because I don't want it to fade and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But I want to buy a couple more. I would like to own either Otani or a mantle sometime. And he did a nice custom Ovechkin.
Oh yeah.
That was one of my favorite pieces because we met Ovechkin, he signed it, and then Andy did the Young Guns.
Yeah.
So I'm like, that's like one of my favorites.
Yeah, and I only painted a card once. That's something that collectors understand. So when they own, let's say the red Star Jordan, like that, you're the only one to ever own this.
It's a true one-of-one.
Yeah, it's always a true one-of-one. I never paint the same card twice.
Yeah. So, and you have an event today, obviously, at Bleecker.
Yeah.
Gonna showcase some of the what year this what?
Well, in 2024 for the Spotlight Baseball Series, and in 2025 for last year's Shoebox Treasures with Topps, they issued 3 artist proof cards for each card in the set, and so I'm putting those out on the floor for the first time today.
And in those boxes, you get a chance to get originals too, which is great. I know I'm a little slight obsession with original and his signature. So
yeah, well, it's appreciate that. It's a special thing. Everyone likes to own the only one of something.
Yeah. And can I see the box? So this is the box.
This is my first set. This is the box from my first set, Spotlight 70. That was in 2021. There's 10 cards in that box. This is how it all started. This isn't the latest.
But in the event today, you could obviously pick them up, Yeah.
Oh, yeah, these are getting more difficult to find. These are 5 years old already.
Oh.
So.
Okay, let's see some sample of what you showed us here. So what set is this from?
That's from the 2024 Spotlight Baseball. Yeah.
So this is graded by SGC.
Yeah, I think Topps told me. Now. Forgive me if I'm not correct in this, but I'm pretty sure I recall Topps telling me that was the second Topps card that was issued of Otani in a Dodgers uniform.
Oh wow!
The first being the original. The source.
Well, he tried on the jersey and all that stuff.
So that's kind of
this is cool.
Fact.
Okay, let's show this too. If you know.
Okay, yeah. Well,
this one.
This would be.
What is that one?
When you pull an original one-of-one painting from a collector's box, the Spotlight of Shoebox Treasures. This is how it comes.
Okay.
In case like this, you see on the back. This is so. What I'm holding in my hand, what's inside the case, is the original painting.
Yeah, it's in a small canvas.
This was once on my easel. Yeah, I paint 2.5 by 3.5. 300-pound Fabriano Artistico cold press watercolor paper from Italy. I get them in big sheets, cut them down. Nice. That's what you're seeing here. And on the back, you'll see is a checklist number. So this is, a lot of people are saying, refer to these as sketch cards. They're not sketch cards, with all due respect to sketch cards. These are checklisted, original paintings, stamped and certified by Topps, signed by me, and also you got the one-of-one gold embossed right here, just like on a card. And so it's the first time that Topps ever issued a complete set of checklisted paintings pulled from packs. So that's what that looks like. And then these are a couple of examples from the previous set, 2024 Spotlight Baseball. So this would be the Gem Mint 10 graded Carlton Fisk variant, actually, from that set. This is a variant short printed card, but this would be the original painting. And also slab. So essentially,
so now PSA actually put the full name down.
Yeah, they're the only paintings that PSA will allow into their slabs because they're pulled from packs and they have checklist numbers. Awesome. So that's kind of an interesting thing. So you see here that before that they burned the 1 of 1 in the corner there.
So if people pull them, PSA would be able, as long as they're from Topps.
As long as they're pulled from those packs. That's right.
You could submit it and get them graded too.
Yeah, you can. Well, authenticated. They don't grade them based on physical condition because, and it would be a shame if they did because, as I said, I cut them down from huge sheets of watercolor paper with a straight edge and I just rip it. I like the beveled edges, so it might drive a collector crazy if they're thinking that it needs to be 4 sharp corners, but that's too much for me to deal with while I'm painting.
And also, if you meet Andy in the live event, because he's doing it around the country, you could get them signed and then get it encapsulated with PSA too.
That's right. Yeah.
Okay, here are some samples that are not, there's sports card, but there's non-sport too. So obviously I'm a Yankee fan, so.
Yeah, that's my painting of the 51 Bowman Mantle. So in Shoebox Treasures, we included 12 51 Bowman short printed inserts.
Wow.
And this would be the mantle. And
is this a SSP?
Yeah, I think they're officially labeled short prints.
Okay.
It's unclear exactly how many are out there. More than the SSPs, non-sports, which were 2 Mars Attacks cards and 2 Garbage Pail Kids cards. And for all these, you'll see a different style. With the base cards and with every other card I've ever done, these are ink and watercolor, and I don't use pencils. I go right in with ink and watercolor, so they're very interpretive and expressive. With these, I decided it would be fun to follow the tracks of the original artists that actually painted these, and they painted all those in gouache.
Wow.
Gouache is it's like an opaque kind of watercolor that behaves more like oil paint in a certain kind of way. So I decided to use the same medium that that the original painters used. So that's why you see a different sort of tighter style than these other ones, and that's what you have here. And these also are the collectors are pulling these as the original 1 of 1s.
Nice. Oh, so
the mantle hasn't surfaced yet. We don't know.
But same it's with in the product.
I've seen this one land. Yeah, they're in the product.
Woo! Can you imagine getting the 1 of 1 original of this?
I haven't seen it out there. So if someone pulled it,
nice.
Maybe they're not selling them, or maybe who knows or what. They're keeping it themselves. Nice. But so far, it hasn't surfaced. This one I saw out there. This one also I haven't seen surface. So you never know who has it or what.
Okay. So now the concert, the tickets. I want to just showcase a couple of them. Okay, so with different style of you talked about different style of painting, right?
Yeah.
How do you copy them exactly? Or is it a trade?
I studied Renaissance oil painting techniques at the Rhode Island School of Design when I was a painting major there as a kid. And before that, my formal studies started when I was 16 years old, studying the principles of academic drawing as defined by the old masters. I started that. I got pulled out of chemistry and trigonometry class and many other high school courses to get bused to a art and music and drama school out in Long Island, where I started drawing from the nude figure and really learning. By the time I was 17 years old, I was at Pratt Institute enrolled as a graduate student in the anatomical drawing class that would meet at Columbia University Medical Center, and we'd draw from skinned cadavers in the mortuary, just like Michelangelo did.
Okay.
So, I've been doing this a long time. I put in about 45,000 hours. Wow. So
you have to basically research, obviously.
I
Like the
just
original,
paint.
and then
I
no,
just
original. The artist did it, how they did it, and
Oh,
then
I
you
could
do it
just
your version.
see.
Oh
I
wow,
could
okay.
just see what they did, and I just it's sort of like Rich Little doing his impressions, or any impressionist
Gotcha.
sounding like someone.
Yeah. You just know.
You just know. So I could look like, a pianist can sit down and play
Oh,
Rhapsody
yeah.
in Blue
Okay.
just like George Gershwin.
Yep.
So I just the same thing visually. I look, I see what they're doing, and I follow the tracks. I do it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Good to know that part. Okay, now with the concert, I know you're back doing it again. I mean, I was lucky enough that you gifted me one of the tickets.
Yeah.
I think you have a concert when?
I do. June 13th at Jalopy Theater in Red Hook.
Ooh,
It's
okay.
the first time.
Got to put that in the calendar, people.
Yeah, my first show in New York City with a band in about 15, 16 years.
Okay. And you have some sort of I know nobody gets tickets. I collect tickets. And so when Andy gave me one of this, I'm like, and you have some sort of promo that
Yeah,
how
well,
many people?
Bleecker Trading is
Mhm.
presenting that show
Okay.
and issuing, along with the venue,
Mhm.
50 limited edition collectible tickets that the first 50 people in the door will
Wow.
receive.
And you could get them signed after.
Yeah, do a free signing after the
Mhm.
show. Actually, last time we did this, I was just playing alone on guitar last October, which was my first time playing in the city, period, or anywhere in about 12 years or so.
Wow.
And they, next door to the theater is the Jalopy Tavern, owned by the same wonderful people. And Bleecker set up a whole display. We had a whole card show back there. So
Wow.
after the concert, there was a little card show, and people were at the
Nice.
bar. It was a lot of fun, and I was signing and hanging out. It was a lot
Okay.
of fun. So we're gonna repeat that this time.
Okay. Well, make sure you put that in your calendar, everyone. And
Yeah,
just
that
want to
remind-
show
I
a
should
couple
probably
of
do that, too.
pieces, I love this one because there's a picture of Andy here. His
Yeah.
cowboy hat.
That's a beautiful photo taken
Mhm.
upstate by my friend Jason Martin, great
Mhm.
photographer. And which one was this that you showed? Okay, so this is an old painting of mine from 2012
Oh,
that I decided
wow.
to use on this
Mhm.
ticket. This was from a recent concert with my band called the Bark Peelers.
Okay.
Andy Friedman and the Bark Peelers at the amazing Belvedere Inn up in Stamford, New York. So these were issued for that show,
Nice.
and then these came from a show we did upstate in Mount Tremper, New York, at the Pines. My friend Jeremy's place, also an amazing musician and friend, and so these were available for that show. It's kind of cool.
Awesome.
They all have sort of the same back, and they're all numbered.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun.
Nice.
Yeah.
Love these pieces. So with all this time doing all your art, when did you find the time to form your band and travel again?
I mean, with all this time doing art, I mean that's my full time. That's my life. So getting together with friends and making music, it's just part of what I do. So there's all the time in the world, and also there's none of the time in the world, but it all happens.
No, that's great.
I mean, it's like if you're really busy doing anything, like and you're also into like fly fishing, you always make time. So
No, that's great.
yeah, we find time.
I love that answer because it's kind of it's not work. You know
It's
what I
not
mean?
work.
Exactly.
It
It's like
takes work. You know what? A friend recently was sort of like, "Well, so what are you doing tomorrow? What do you think? You're gonna write a song, or you're gonna make a painting? Wow, what a hard life! You're gonna write a song or make a painting." I said, "You know what? That's not actually the hard part."
Yeah.
So the work, the
No.
work is how do you get how do you get people to see it? I guess.
Yeah.
Although people seeing your art to me is no prerequisite for like being an artist. I think it really, you need to be doing it anyway. But if you care to get it out there, I mean, that's the work.
No, that's the best part about what you do, and I'm not putting myself in that, but I'm like, when people ask me, how do you do this? It's like 24/7. I have an employee that told me before, I don't know, I can't do this because you're like 24/7. But if your passion, this is what you want to do. It's like not work, but it is work. But you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think
It's like, and I enjoy it. It's actually stress reliever instead of watching
That's
TV
right.
and what's going on, you know.
Yeah.
You just do your thing. And
I think for all of us, like the best course in life is like follow your passion. That's right. I told my kids, follow your passion, because your passion is gonna take you everywhere. Yeah.
Great advice.
Yeah.
I love that. And you could see Andy and follow Andy in either the sports card world or obviously music, so where can we follow you, or,
Well, I have an Instagram account. Sunday Friedman is the handle, not the dessert, but the day of the week. And find me there. My website, which is a .net with my name in front of it, andyfriedman.net. Or you can find me, preferably, my favorite place to be found is in person at any number of card shows or in store. I'm about to actually hit the road for the first time doing a in-store pop-up tour at a bunch of. Well, the first stop is going to be May 13th. It's in a few days at Harrisburg, Pennsylvania at WOW, PA. And then move on from there to, I'm going to set up at the Charleston, Mountain State Collectors Convention in Charleston, West Virginia, and for 2 days. And at the end of that weekend, the band is going to come down, and we're all going to play NPR Mountain Stage, which is going to be a lot of fun, which is a great honor. And then on the way back up, we're going to hit Paradise Breaks in Baltimore, Maryland.
Yep. And we could see all this in your social,
Yeah.
So we could follow it along, and
Yeah. And if you're watching this and you come on out to those things, say hello.
Well, thank you, Andy. It's been a pleasure.
Sharon. It is a pleasure. Always a pleasure.
Always fun to catch up and all that stuff.
Absolutely.
And I love showcasing your stuff. So.
Thank you. Thank you. And I love what you're doing on YouTube. So it's a pleasure to be on this side of the screen. So thank you.
Thank you.
If you like this episode, please make sure to subscribe on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts.